This is the 6th rank pawn position against a rook plus pawn, and this time the pawn has advanced to the 6th rank and the rook is laterally defending, and Philidor doesn't work, and so obviously this is not a Philidor position, it can't go there. But okay, white is very close to the Lucina position, which wins for white. And but in this position there is one major flaw for white, major kind of blockade burden for white, which is this square for the rook. Now if the rook was anywhere from, like here for example, this would be a win for white, because now the king rook would go here, and after this king would go here for example, then we can go back with the rook, and this time let's see, rook gives a check, king goes to d8, rook gives another check, goes here, king goes here, and then rook goes here, rook has to go back, and now we can just push the pawn. Rook gives a check again, we go here, check again, we go here, and now after this we can just win the game. So that's why rook here is not the ideal square for the rook. Now let's look at the previous position where the rook was here. Now why is this rook the best square for why is this square the best for the rook? Because first it controls the last rank, which doesn't allow the king to come forward, and even if, for example, and it's also farther away from the king, then the king won't be able to attack the rook, as we saw in the previous example, in the what I showed earlier. And so now let's see how to draw this game. So first white goes here, we give a check, and then rook goes here, we go back, and now this is a tricky move. Rook goes to d6. Now this is almost a zugzwang if only the white rook had to move, and the black rook didn't have, black king didn't have any moves, then this would be a zugzwang, because if the white rook moved even one square, then this is a win for white, and so the black king saves the game by going to g6. This is the only move in the position which saves the game. Why is this a save? Because king goes here, then we just gives check, and so let's say rook goes here, we can go back to g6, g7, and these two are the only squares the king has to go back to, otherwise it's a loss for black. And so this is how you can draw the game when it's a 6th pawn. Now let's look at the second move. Now you might think, if this doesn't work, this might work, letting the pawn just go ahead by moving the king out of the way, but this also doesn't work, because we can play king to f8, and this is an easy draw, because if you check the king, for example, you can just go to e8, and in any ways you can just go to e8, except this move, which just loses the game to this check, and if you go ahead, we can just give another check and then win the rook. And so that's why king d6 is not the move to win the game, and any move doesn't win the game because the rook is placed on the best square in the board. So this is how you can draw the game. And yeah, when the rook is here, you can white can easily get to the Lucina position also by just going to the back. Goes here, check, and then just promote. So that's why the rook would go here, we can push the pawn, rook would go here, we can go here, and this is the Lucina position. Almost the rook is actually here, and then we can just win the game by going here, rook king goes, for example, there. We can after this we have to play this move, and then let's say rook goes here, then we can go here, goes here, goes here, and if this check, then we can block with the rook. And this was the Lucina position which I had already discussed earlier. And so this is how white would win the game, by kind of attacking the pawn with the king, or just getting the rook to the back and promoting the pawn. So that's all for this video. And this in this video it was just one thing to learn, that is, this is the ideal square for the rook when it's the 6th rank pawn, and that is because this effectively this is the farthest square from the king, and also it controls the last rank. So yeah, thanks for watching.